Okay, SpaceX Starship SN10. Let's talk about that. So, first of all, I want to say just quickly that the last time when I made a video about Starship SN9, the test flight of that particular vehicle, this time I'm not going to talk about the political aspect because it's just not that relevant to this particular test flight. So yeah, and because this test flight was a massive success, so there's this. Let's rather talk about that than the politics. So, all right. So the SN10, the launch was first delayed a little bit because the first try was aborted. So the reason for that was apparently there was this onboard computer on the spaceship Starship SN10, and it determined that it was not ready for launch. So they had this inspection of the whole rocket, and then they went for another try, and this time everything was fine. So apparently it was like maybe not a computer error, but basically the computer during the first try at the launch decided that it was not ready for launch. So okay, that's fine. They inspected it. We got the test flight anyway, so that's fine. It's always good to be careful, especially because of the what happened during the earlier test flights. So it's good to launch when it's ready. So I'm fine with that. And I wasn't actually watching it live because it's kind of a bad time for me since I'm in Europe, and it was during the night. So yeah, I was really able to watch it live, but I watched it afterwards. So first of all, this test flight was a massive success. So it's a historic success, I should say, because the landing procedure, which has been elusive, was completed. So SN10, first of all, SN10, let's just talk about the test flight in general. First of all, SN10 launched with no problems after the first little stumble at the first aborted flight. Then first aborted launch. Then the test flight, once it did get off the ground, it went great. So all the engine shutdowns during the test flight to the 10-kilometer mark, all of those fantastic, no problems. Then the descent, when the spaceship went horizontal, that was great, no problems there. And then there was the belly hop maneuver, where it turned for descent, and then the engines have to sort of refire at the end to get the landing right. So all of that was completed now. All of that worked perfectly. And then the landing. That was a beauty. So the landing, first of all, it was in the right location to the landing pad, and this time it didn't blow up on landing. So it got to the ground, but apparently one of the legs, landing legs, didn't come out properly, and there was this little fire on the ground also afterwards, and then I think there was like a leak from the methane tank, and that goes to rocket to sort of blow up afterwards. But it did manage to land, and it was on the landing pad for like a couple of minutes, and this is a proof of the concept. This is the proof of concept for that this works. This can work. This works. If there wasn't a little leak of the fuel, this would have been a perfect test flight. Everything would have been perfect if it wasn't for that. And the sort of this is what has been like the main feature here that has been like under question is that is it possible to safely land the vehicle? So now it was proven that it can be safely landed. Now, of course, minus the small explosion afterwards. But if it wasn't for that, the landing part itself, it worked. This maneuver of belly hop and then refiring the engines to adjust for the landing, this worked. So this concept has been proven. So this works. This is the future of space travel. This is the future of spaceflight. This is the future, even possibly of terrestrial travel from one place to another, and on Earth. And yeah, I was a little skeptical actually at first because the flight was aborted at the first. The first launch was aborted, and then before that, even because there's this other SpaceX project, Starlink, and that was sort of the last launch didn't go well. That had to be interrupted also. So Starlink is an interesting project also because it takes these satellites to low Earth orbit for I think it's for like satellite internet access. So a large array of satellites to low Earth orbit and then they link up to create this sort of satellite network, and that's a very interesting project also. So it's a little bit disappointing that launch didn't go well the last time, and that's why I think I didn't have that great expectations of this Starship SN10 test flight. But of course, all those expectations, like this launch, blew them all out of water because they actually managed the landing, and that's incredible. Like only the like post landing procedure. That's the only thing that was problematic still. And I'm a little disappointed because I think SpaceX could have gotten like a lot of interesting data, etc., from the vehicle post landing. So I think they missed out on that here because of course the vehicle exploded. So unfortunately, I don't think that they can make all the necessarily modifications just based on the like sort of technical data that they got from the flight computer from the SN10 and then like video feeds, etc. I'm not sure if they can get all the necessary data to determine what exactly was sort of the main problem that caused like the methane leak, etc. Or caused a problem with once the rocket had landed, that caused a problem that it sort of wasn't in exactly the right sort of angle because one of the legs didn't come out or something like that. Something like that was apparently the problem there, and yeah, I mean, I hope that they got all the necessary data, but I think it would have been better if obviously it would have been better if SN10 hadn't exploded and they had been able to inspect it afterwards. But yeah, okay. So what next? Well, this is a genuinely historic milestone because now this sort of space travel this works. So now what's next? Okay, SN11 next. So here, what I hope is that everything goes smoothly, exactly as during this SN10 test flight, and then they managed to sort of recover the vehicle afterwards. So even if the landing, even if the post-landing procedure doesn't work exactly as expected on SN11 either, or SN12, maybe there's like a misfire or something like that, and they have to like during the following test flight, and they have to like maybe do it a couple of times on a couple of models before they get to this before they sort of nail the launch like they did here on SN10. I don't know, maybe, but anyway, I hope that they manage to then recover the vehicle after the test flights and then be able to sort of do an analysis on it afterwards. So I think that's key for sort of perfecting everything. So now the checklist is complete, aside from the test flight checklist is complete, apart from the post-flight sort of post-landing inspection of the vehicle and sort of, well, whatever, post-landing cool down. So now it did the opposite. It exploded after the landing. So that was really good. So so that's a big challenge for the coming test flights, and I'm going to be following this very well. I've been following it even before, but I'm definitely going to be following it in the future. I might make like more videos, etc. But it's a historic day. It's a genuinely historic day, and I think SpaceX is achieving things that honestly I didn't think were possible like a couple of years ago even, and they're doing it very quickly. And of course, I've talked about the political aspect also, so I hope that doesn't interfere with it anymore. But who knows? I hope not, because this project is extremely important because it works, and that's the difference between this and many other projects, is that it actually works and it's been proven to work now. And I just wanted to make a little video about this because it's important. It's definitely important, and a lot of people are already talking about this, but not enough. Not enough regarding how genuinely impactful this is. So yeah, see ya.